Hi everyone, welcome to my channel's 2-year anniversary question and answer video. I'm so glad that you're here, and I want to thank you so much for watching my videos and sharing my videos and helping my channel grow. It means the world to me. And just a little bit of a background of how I started this channel. Well, I was taking a walk one day and I wanted to do something different with interior design. And I wanted to kind of get back into teaching again because I was teaching art classes and I kind of took a break from that. So I wanted to combine both. And where can I do that the best? Well, YouTube. And so that's how all this started. So I'm super glad that you're here learning about interior design, sharing your ideas about interior design, and just being here with me. And so I look forward to connecting with you throughout future videos and throughout the life of this channel. So I have a couple questions that I am going to answer. And so let's get started with the first one. So the first question comes from my video on decorative lighting for open plan, open concept rooms. And the comment was, is it okay to use architectural lighting with a bronze finish, such as a chandelier and pendants, in an open concept kitchen with stainless steel appliances? And my response to that was, yes, it is okay to mix different types of finishes. And one thing to keep in mind is that you can create a cohesive look when you have one overall finish that is the main finish on those important elements, like your decorative lighting, your chandelier, and your pendants. And that makes sense to kind of have all of those kind of tie in together because then it helps to kind of create a cohesive look. But then it's nice to bring in some other finishes. And one thing I kind of think about is that other finishes can be in other color temperatures. So think about a bronze finish. I kind of think of that as kind of this warmer tone of finish, whereas a stainless steel finish is kind of a silver finish. And I think of that kind of as a cooler tone or color of finish. And so I think it's great to have a cohesive look with a number of different elements, important elements that are repeating one type of finish. But it's really nice to bring in different other finishes, so it kind of breaks things up a little bit. And this room is kind of a good example of that. They are using kind of that bronze finish on their main architectural decorative lighting, but they also are using stainless steel appliances in the kitchen. And one thing that I mentioned during my response to that question was we can kind of think of stainless steel as almost kind of like a neutral color because other colors will kind of be reflected. It's almost like a mirror, and other colors will be reflected in that stainless steel. So you can kind of see the colors, those warmer colors are even on the stainless steel refrigerator. So yes, I think it's important to break things up a little bit and bring in different finishes just so that everything has a more interesting look to it. So this next question is from my community post mentioning that I was going to make this question and answer video. And it says, "Congratulations, Carol. I've really enjoyed your videos and newsletters. Thanks so much for letting me know that you enjoy the videos and the newsletters." And this person's question is, what are some home projects that you really should leave to the professionals? So my response to this is asking yourself, do you know how to do something? Do you know how to do this? And if the answer to that is yes, then, go for it and go choose paint colors or go choose furniture. But if it's something you don't know how to do, and maybe it's something that gets a little bit more complicated for sure, that's where you'd want to bring in a professional. So the next question I have is from my video on figuring out a sofa size, and it has to do with kind of space planning and arranging furniture. And this person is asking, could the side of a sofa be 30 inches from a wall at a minimum? So my original reply to this comment was to request more information because I wanted to make sure I knew a little bit more about what they needed help with. But one thing I think they're talking about is the concept around pathways and making sure that we have some space to move from one area to another. Lots of times I mention for a main pathway, a main area where we move around a room or have to get from one area to another area, I always mention around 36 inches, to leave 36 inches of space that's free and clear to be able to move really easily. And if you just have 30 inches, well, that's going to be more than enough. And what I want you to keep in mind is that in reality, our homes, our rooms, our furniture, how we have everything set up is always going to need to work for us. And if we can't have 36 inches, but we can have 30 inches, well, I think that would be more than enough. And one thing that you can do is just to measure out how that looks and feels to you. So in your living room, do you have a main pathway, a main, area that you kind of set aside to get over to the main seating area in the room? Or maybe you need to walk to another side of the room to get to another room or to a door to go outside. And how much space do you have that's easily free and clear of anything? And is it 36 inches or is it 30 inches? And measure that and kind of just see how that looks and feels to you. Is it easy to move around, or do you need to kind of move things around so you have a little bit more space? So I want you to kind of think about that and kind of measure things out yourself and make it work for your home. And the last question that I have is from my video on selecting the right type of paint colors for small rooms. And this person was asking, in your opinion, do you think the accent color works better on the wall that is opposite the light source, say a window, or does it matter? So my response to that comment was that it just depends upon the room and what's going to make sense for that room. So think of an accent wall as a focal area, because lots of times an accent wall will have a different color than the other walls in the room, or maybe it has a different material up there. Maybe there is some wallpaper on that wall, something different. And just because of that, just because it's different, it's going to grab our attention more and it's going to be a focal area. And that's where we're going to have maybe the main conversation area or seating area in a living room, or that's where we're going to place our bed up against that wall. So just keep that in mind. Where is it going to make sense to have a focal area in that room? And that's where, it might be fun to have an accent wall. So I hope you learned something new or gained some new insights from the questions that I answered in this video. And I want to thank you for being an integral part of this channel. And I wanted to let you know that I actually have a YouTube membership community. So if you want to check out those perks and see if it's a good fit for you, I'll leave a link in this channel's description so you can find out more. So thanks so much, and I look forward to seeing you next time. Take care.